Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Infotech with Zafar Khan. Today's agenda of this lecture is we will create a project for CI/CD pipeline using GitHub, Jenkins, SonarQube, Docker, and Docker Hub. We will also use the Maven to execute the SonarQube for code analysis. As you know, SonarQube is a Java-based program and Maven is used for Java-based project that helps to download dependencies like libraries or Java files. So Maven also provides a uniform system and simplifies the build process. Hence, I am using the Maven here. There is a separate video I have launched already in details for Maven. Right. So we have basically three servers: Jenkins, SonarQube, and of course Docker. Docker Hub is a repository. So Docker server will be basically in remote, and we will deploy the application remotely using declarative pipeline. So first thing, we will specify the Maven path where MVN is present. That will be under bin folder. Then integrates Jenkins with GitHub. Okay, get the code basically from GitHub. We will also integrate SonarQube with Jenkins for code analysis so that when we execute any job, it should be able to run SonarQube for code and code quality analysis. And once it is passed, we'll build a Docker image and push into the Docker Hub. So we will build the Docker image over here in the Jenkins and we'll push into the Docker Hub. And finally, we'll create a Docker container in remote server. So remote server is Docker basically. So we will create a Docker container in remote server, that is Docker server, and deploy the application into container and checks in the new browser that application is running or not. For all these activities, we'll write a declarative pipeline script in Jenkins. So here is a servers which I have already created for to save our time basically. So this is our Jenkins server. So we have installed the Java and then Jenkins, and Jenkins dashboard is also up and running. So we'll check over here. So this is our Jenkins dashboard which is up and running. Similarly, this is our SonarQube server, and the SonarQube application is also up and running. So this is our SonarQube application. It is running, and this is our Docker server. So Docker server we have created remotely and will deploy the application through Jenkins once the code analysis is passed through the SonarQube. So this is our remote server basically. So if you can see that I have selected the T2 micro for this Docker server. T2 micro is enough, but for SonarQube and Jenkins, because Jenkins load is high, so that's why I have selected the T2 medium, and SonarQube also it is required for T2 medium. And the key for SonarQube and Jenkins is Ubuntu key, whereas because it is a remote server, so that's why I'm using over here Gen key. It's nothing but a PEM file, right? So let's start now. So first what we will do, we will generate and copy the SonarQube authentication token. So here this is the SonarQube application. So we will generate and copy the SonarQube authentication token basically. So we will go to here, then my account, and then go to the security. You fill over here SonarQube token. Global analysis token and generate it. So this is the authentication token. So just copy and save somewhere else. Important command. Let's save over here. Later I will copy and paste. right? Then we'll go to the Jenkins server, and here in the Jenkins server we will install the plugin, SonarQube plugin. Okay, so SonarQube plugin is nothing but a SonarQube scanner. So go to the manage Jenkins plugin, available plugin, search SonarQube. So SonarQube scanner. Just click over here and install without restart. But we will restart it. This is the best practice. Again, we have to go to manage Jenkins and then manage credential, because we have copied that authentication token. So we'll have to go to the credential and then global. Yes, click add credential. Okay, so here in the new credential kind, you select just secret test. Okay, and then the authentication which I have copied, this one. Just paste over here and put the ID and SonarQube token. Let the description would be same. Then create it. Okay, so authentication has been completed. Okay, then again go to the manage Jenkins and then configuration system. Go down and here you will get the SonarQube server. So just click over here, enable, and add the SonarQube. Just put the name. So what name you will put, what version you have installed, basically SonarQube, that need to be put over here. So let's check what version is there in the SonarQube. So this is the version, basically this one, 9.9.0. So just copy it and paste over here. So this version I am using, right? And this is the URL of the SonarQube. So this URL just copy from here and put over here, and security is not required, it's just only for 9000. 9000 is a port, basically by default SonarQube using 9000 port, right? And here you will click the SonarQube token, right? I mean select basically SonarQube token. So just apply and save it. Right, so this one is completed. Now install the SonarQube scanner. Okay, so we will install the SonarQube scanner. So again go to manage Jenkins, and SonarQube scanner is a tool. So where we will install? In the tool itself. So go to the tool, scroll down and check the SonarQube. This is the SonarQube scanner. So just click over here and put any name as you want, but better to write a proper name, SonarQube scanner. SonarQube scanner. And which version we are using? 4.8.0, right? Okay, so now apply and save it. This one you can also install directly on Jenkins server through CLI. So we have to now we have to install the SSH agent as well and SSH plugin. Okay, this is required to deploy the application on remote server. So better to install these two plugins as well. So just save it. Okay, So again, we'll go to the manage and then plugin, available plugin. I'll let you know how we will use the SSH agent. Okay, so before that, let's keep ready SSH for this agent. So we will use this SSH plugin, SSH agent, and I would suggest to select these two as well. Okay, install. So probably all configuration part we have done. So we'll create a job in the Jenkins dashboard and we'll write a declarative pipeline script. So let it start. Admin and then password. Right. So now go to the new item and then put any job name. So job name Sonar project. Right. So select the pipeline and then click OK. So we will write the script over here, the pipeline. Okay. So just start writing pipeline. Sorry. Agent any, and we will set the environment path. Path, as I told, Maven path we need to set over here. So just write down the environment and then path will set. Path is equal to dollar path. So what is the path of Maven? We don't know. So we have to check. And if Maven is not there, then we have to install the Maven. Okay, so first Jenkins server, go to the Jenkins servers. This is our Jenkins server. So just check Maven version. I don't think Maven is not found. So we have to install basically. So what happened? Just go to the official site of Maven. Download Maven. What we will do, we will binary this one zip file. So copy the link and go to the Jenkins sudo wget ls. So this binary we have now. Okay, I would suggest don't download here. Okay, so just remove this one, rm-rf. We'll just download here /opt under this folder. It would be great. Okay, so sudo. So here we need to unzip this zip file. So we have to unzip utility, or we have to install the unzip utility as well. So first install sudo apt install unzip -y. This utility must be there. Then you can unzip it, otherwise not. Okay, then sudo wget that URL. Sorry, what was that URL? Again, I have to copy it. Link, copy link. Yes, so now this one, right? So unzip this file. Permission denied. Sudo unzip. So this is now unzipped. Okay, so ls. So go to this folder and cd bin ls. So here is the Maven. So this one will be used. So just type pwd and take a path from here. So this path need to be specified in the pipeline script. This is not required now, so remove it. Okay, so then colon slash this one. Sorry, double slashes. Okay. This would be under this double quote, colon, and then right. So this is our path of Maven. Okay, then we will start the stages, different stages. Okay, what exactly we will do? Okay, so we will do each steps and each stage. Okay, so put the stages over here and then stage. In the first stage, what we will do, we will integrate with the GitHub to get the code. Okay, so here stage get code. Okay, so now steps. What steps? So stages, under these stages we will do all stage and all steps. Okay, so in this stage, what steps we are going to do? We will pull the code from GitHub, so we need to integrate this with GitHub. So just write down git and the URL of the GitHub. So you must have an account for the GitHub. So let log into that. I have the GitHub account, so I need to log in over here. So this is our username and then password we have. Okay. I'm going to use this repository because I have written the Docker file over here and then POM file as well. Okay, so we'll copy this URL, okay, and paste into the Jenkins pipeline, this declarative pipeline. Okay, so this is our code. So this is the path. Basically, it will execute this. Maven will execute to for SonarQube, and this is the GitHub URL which we will get the code from GitHub. Right. So let's check and build it first, whether we are able to reach on the GitHub or not. So just build this one. Right. So I think this is success. Yes. So it is success now. We have integrated the Jenkins with GitHub successfully, right? So now go back to the SonarQube project and then configuration part, and then will next stage would be under this stage. Our next stage would be stage MVN package. Will MVN package. So what I will do, what steps will be do? We will execute this one, MVN clean install. So sh command will use steps first, and then sh MVN clean install. So this is the curly braces for the steps, this is for the stage, and this is for the main stage. That's fine. So we'll check again, build it, save and build. Save it and build. Yes, this is also seems green, so that means up to Maven installation we have completed, right? So again go to the configuration part, and the next stage would be the SonarQube. We'll check the code quality. Okay, so the stage SonarQube analysis. So SonarQube analysis, the steps would be with SonarQube environment. Okay, with SonarQube env environment, and what I'm going to do, the version number SonarQube which we have installed, we need to put over here SonarQube 9.9.0, right? And then we'll execute this one, sh MVN will use, then Sonar. Okay, okay, so this one is for this one is for the steps, this one is for this stage. Yeah, that's fine. So let's apply and just check whether the code analysis is working fine or not. Build it. Yes, it is also success, and just go to the console output and just check everything is success or not. Yes, all is fine. So we will also check here by you can also click from directly in the SonarQube uh, browser. Otherwise you can also click from here as well. So it will show the dashboard of the SonarQube, and it is showing the past. Yeah, so code analysis has been done. It's a 0 bug, 0 vulnerability, security hotspot 0, depth is also 0. so 0%. Okay, so we can go back, and you can also click here the main. It is showing also passed here also showing this. So either way you can check from here, or you can check directly or through link. Okay, now next stage we will build over here Docker image. We will build the image in the Jenkins server, but we are using the Jenkins server by username Jenkins, right? And the Docker which installed root user is there. So we need to check first before building this one, the Docker image. So go to the Jenkins server. This is our SonarQube server. Sorry, this is our SonarQube, and which one is the Jenkins one? This is our Jenkins server. So here you will check ls-l, and this is var, under var it is showing var run slash docker shock, docker shock. Yes, so this is the, I mean this is for the root. Okay, and here docker socks is root. So we need to change the ownership of this. So we need to change with Jenkins. So how we will do that? So there is a command sudo change owner, own, change owner, put the Jenkins name, Jenkins colon docker, and then this one. Right, so let's double check the ownership has been changed or not. Yes, so the Jenkins ownership has been changed with Jenkins. Now we are able to build, otherwise we are not able to, because root user is not working in the Jenkins user. Okay, so ownership need to be changed. So first thing, this is very important, keep it in your mind. So this var run docker shop, because we are building over here in the Jenkins, right? Building the image in the Jenkins server. So Docker must be installed. So we have installed the Docker already. Okay, but during the installation, this docker.socks, this file, the ownership of this file is root. So we need to change the ownership with Jenkins, because we are building the image in the Jenkins by username with Jenkins, right? So now go to the Jenkins dashboard and go to the configuration, and here next stage our build the Docker image. Stage build Docker image. Steps SSH Docker image build, then we'll put the tag, and the tag name zk003460, and then put the image name Docker image or Sonar image. Right, and then colon latest. Don't forget to put dot in the local directory, right? So now this is fine, and this is also fine. Yeah, just save it and just execute once more. Build now. If change owner you didn't change that with Jenkins user, then it will give the permission denied. So that's why first, before building this one, the Docker image, we have to change the ownership for this with Jenkins server. Otherwise you always get the permission denied. Yes, build successfully, and just go to the Jenkins server, check Docker images, sorry, sudo. Yes, so this is our base image, okay, because we are selecting from Ubuntu. So this is our base image, right? So we have built this one, Sonar image, right? This is the tag and Sonar image. So latest it came and just 21 seconds ago. So our build is also successful. Now we will push this image into the uh, Docker Hub. So we must have a Docker Hub account as well. So I have the Docker Hub account, so we need to just log in it, hubdocker.com. Password is so logged in successfully in the Docker Hub, right? So just go to here and configure it. And the next stage is we will push the Docker image into Docker Hub. So stage push image. Steps. Okay, so with credential, so when you push this one, Docker image, it will require a credential. So either you can log in the Docker Jenkins server where Docker is also installed, or better I will write a code over here, but I cannot provide the password in the text plane, right? So for this we will use the bind variable, right? So how we will do that? So we will just create a pipeline syntax. No need to remember everything over here, right? So just go to the pipeline syntax, and here you will get the bind variable, credential bind variable with credential, the blue with credential, bind credential to variable. Okay, so for safer side. So here just click the add and then secret text. Okay, right. So variable name here it is asking. So you can put the variable name hub password. You can put any name as well. Hub pwd, hub password, and here add Jenkins, right? So here kind, you can select the kind column, secret text, and secret is nothing but your the hub password. So just put the password over here, and then put the ID hub PWD hub password. Let's put the same over here as well, hub PW, add it. Right, so it is coming automatically because I have already created a credential. So now we'll select this one. Okay, so variable we have selected a hub password, and credential is also hub password, no, not an issue. And then just generate the pipeline, so it will create this one, right? Or you can change the same. If you are getting confusion only over here, then you can change this one. Better to change, put it hub only, create again. So just copy this one and go to our Jenkins pipeline and steps here, just paste over here. So let's do the some alignment. This is under with credential. This is not required, so you can remove this one. Okay, and now what we will do, under this one we put SSH command, and we'll provide the Docker login, right? So Docker login -u, then username is zk00346330, and then -p is the password, and password is nothing but hub, right? So we'll write hub. Right, so what happened here, created the script, and we are providing the login. This is our login, and this is our password. Password is nothing but the variables, right? So variable we always write in this curly bracket, and make sure that it's a double quote. It should not be, if you are using the curly braces under this, then you must have to put the double quotes. Okay, and then what happened, under this steps we will push that docker sh command first, then docker push zk00346330, push this image name is sonar image, and then latest, right? So just check it, space is there, so remove this space. This curly braces is for this curly braces is for the steps, and this is for the steps. So in this steps we are providing the credential, okay, for Docker Hub, and pushing this image into the Docker Hub, right? I have given the single quotes only, but here we are using the variables, and then we need to put the double quotes, right? So I think it should work. Let's check now. Sonar image, let's build it. So build is also completed, and we have also pushed the image into the Docker Hub. So let's check in the Docker Hub. Refresh this one. Sonar image should be here. Yes, it is now success. If you click over here, so you can get the details. This is the latest one, and a few seconds ago. So we are able to push the Docker image into the Docker Hub. Okay, fine. So now the final stage is we will we will create a container into the remote server, that is Docker server. This is a very important one, and you need to more careful about this. So next stage is to create a container. Create container. Right. This editor we can use otherwise anywhere. So steps is, so what happened, we will basically SSH it from Jenkins to different server, remote server. So for this, we have already installed the SSH agent and SSH plugin. It is required, right? So again, we will create a script for this using that pipeline syntax. So pipeline syntax we have already. Okay. Then select here the steps SSH agent. SSH agent. SSH agent we have already installed. This is the plugin. If you don't install this plugin, it will not show over here. Remember it. Okay. So SSH agent we have clicked. Then add the click on Jenkins. Add. Then Jenkins. Okay. It will open the another box, and SSH username with private key. Select this one, and here the ID, you need to put the ID, a description. So you can put any name, but I will put SSH connection con. Description I will put the same over here, and then username. Username, our server username is Ubuntu, right? So we'll put Ubuntu over here, and then click the private key and enter directly over here. Click add and the private key. Private key is nothing but a PEM file. Okay, so I have that PEM file. Yes, this is our PEM file. So just copy from here and paste over here, right? Yeah, so this is fine now. Then add it. Okay, so SSH con is automatically it came, and then generate finally. So here the SSH con is came. So just copy this one and just paste over here. This is not required. Let's do the indentation as well. Otherwise, we'll trouble. Right. So now here we have SSH it from Jenkins to Docker server. So in the Docker server, we will create a container. Okay. So how we will do that? Actually here, if you see that this one, so you copy just this up to here, This is SSH agent plugin and paste over here, but it should be SH. Paste. Okay, and then which machine? Ubuntu machine. Ubuntu user, and then at the rate of private IP of the Docker server. Copy the private IP and paste over here. And then what we will do, we will run it. So I think we need to keep here, need a space. So what we will do, we'll docker run, then we'll assign some port as well, -p 8000 colon 80. I have exposed this one 80. I will show you just a minute. This is our Docker file. Okay, so this is exposed the 80. So it will assign to, map to the port 8000. So this is what the 8080, right? And also this is in detachable mode, and hyphen name, container name, just put the Docker container, Docker hyphen container, and container name we are building from which image? The Sonar image, Sonar hyphen image, Sonar hyphen image latest, right? So be careful for everything, right? So this is the latest image Sonar. Okay, then Docker container is our container name, and it is in detachable mode. Port we have mapped 8000, and we are executing over here in this server. And SSH, fine, everything is fine now. Okay, so just cross check this one is fine. This is for the steps, and this is for the steps. So this is the last stage, right? So just apply now and save it and build. And once it is successfully built, just copy and paste the IP address of remote server. Let it complete. Oh, so error. What error is? Okay. So again, what happened? I'll show you. It will give the permission error. Permission, this is not allowed, right? So permanently it's a permission denied. So the same thing we have to do in the Docker server as well. Whatever we have done in the Jenkins server, so we need to do in the Docker server as well. So just go to the Docker server. This is our Docker server. Okay, and just check ls -l/var /run /docker.soft. So the permission is root permission, which is not allowing, right? So we need to change the permission. Sudo change owner. It should be Ubuntu. Our user is Ubuntu. Then Docker and this one. Okay, let's make sure that everything is fine. Right. So now Ubuntu user can do that, right? So do one thing. Let's check our SonarQube first, because sometimes it hangs, so that's why. Okay, fine. So everything is fine now. Right. So we can build now. Go back and build it again. Wow, it gives again error. Let's check what error is. Full access denied. Error response from daemon. Full access denied or Sonar image repository not exist. Denied. Okay, go to the configuration part. The image name which we have provided is wrong. ZK0034630. So this is our image name, latest image, right? This is the name of the container and this is the image name with tag, right? So this is the latest. Yeah, that's fine now. I think it should work. Let's build now. It's a part of learning basically. Yeah, so it is now completed. So everything is fine. Let's check it now. So it's a success. The container is also created, and then our SonarQube code analysis also passed. We have already checked. So this is the past. Okay, so go back and let's check in the Docker server. So this is our Docker server. Let's check the container is running over here or not. Yes, it is running. And what application we have deployed. So we need to check it. So go to our Docker server, copy the public IP, paste in the new browser, and then port we have mapped 8000, if you remember that. So here is the application now, which we have deployed, right? So this is the one of the example which I had demonstrated here. How to implement CI/CD pipeline for Docker-based application. There might be some various way to implement the same thing, but I have shown you simple and easiest approach which can be used for implementing CI/CD pipeline for Docker-based application, right? Okay, guys, we'll meet again with the new video. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to click the subscribe button, please.